In mists and shadow does Vallaki stand. Blood and sins surge high demand. Stolen bones and clockwork blades. With ruby eyes, the past remains. In streets of red does their soul turn wrong, as twin devils laugh and sing their song. Welcome to another fantastic episode of Curse of Strahd, my fiends. I am your DM and host for the evening, Mark Sherlock Humes, and I am joined by a cadaverous cadre of companions. Nice. These are getting harder to write every week. I am joined by Kim, Trot, Katie, Tom, and Rhiannon, who are joining me for another episode 8, in fact, of our Curse of Strahd, our modified Curse of Strahd campaign. Welcome, everybody. We hope you are staying safe. We hope that you are, well, and allow us to obscure the darkness of the real world in a thin veneer of fantasy escapism, as we escape to a miserable, dark world ruled by a tyrant. We're just going to play Dungeons & Dragons. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. It's going to be a good time. Or anything. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So welcome, everybody. No major announcements, I don't think. There's anything I need to talk about this week? So is there anything from any of you? Anything that anybody wants to say? Anything that anybody wants to talk about?
Buy our merch.
God. All right, there you go. Kim just says buy our merch. Capitalism. Pretty good at Rocket League. Yeah, Trot's getting pretty good at Rocket League.
The police are on the hunt over here.
Oh, they're on the hunt for you.
Yeah. It's the pun police, and it is dessert.
Oh, run!
It's alright. I'm safe. I bought a blocker from the black web, so they can't find me. They can't trace this IP.
Oh, nice. You mean the USB dongle?
Yeah,
the 300-pound one.
Yeah, nice. Well done.
Blocked everything. Perfect. Good job. Got that off wish.com. Welcome, everybody. So we're just going to jump straight into a little recap, and then we will crack on with Curse of Strahd.
Oh.
Having arrived in the walled town of Vallaki, seeking respite and refuge from the evils and merciless lands of Barovia, our party have discovered that other evils lurk in the town. The new Burgomeister, Fiona Wachter, has taken control of the town with the aid of clockwork soldiers, vampire spawn, and devils gained through deals with the god Asmodeus. After finding a temporary base in the abandoned Blue Water Inn and meeting with Father Lucian and the bones of St. Angel, the party seek out the first clue given to them by Madame Ava before her death. They head to the Burgomeister's mansion and begin to explore, but find it is protected by fiends and undead. Jesper leads Ismark upstairs whilst the rest of the party prepare for another assault by ghouls, only for the pair to encounter more undead and a mysterious voice above. And that is, my friends, where we are jumping straight into today. It's a tenuous situation for certain. And I'm going to need to begin, because it doesn't save, I will need everyone to give me a new initiative, as technically a new combat has begun.
Sure. Awesome.
Oh.
Which will start things off well.
Oh my god, guys.
Let's start with Zeke. What was the total?
No. 16.
16 for Zeke. Jesper, total initiative, please.
6.
Okay.
That's a nat 1.
Shadow Beyond the Veil.
That's a nat 1.
18 from me.
18. I'm going to boost you to a 7, Trot, just so that you go before somebody who has the same initiative as you. Rose.
9.
9. And Zeros.
5.
5. Excellent. So, I will set up the scene for you all. Currently, we have Zeros, Ziki, Rose, Shadow Beyond the Veil, and Irina Koliana. Irina is the only one with a light source. Shadow Beyond the Veil has their dark vision. And you are currently in a spoiled, ruined kitchen. It reeks of rotten food. It clearly has been neglected, although very obviously abandoned in a hurry. There was still some food in the process of being prepared. And you would currently have a closed door that Xeros and Rose are semi-barricading. They are kind of holding closed for the time being, having seen that a number of undead creatures had attacked you from a hallway that the door connects to. Two of those undead creatures had been slain. One of them had been driven off by Shadow Beyond the Veil's ability to turn the undead. Irina, who is the first of everybody to act, will gesture towards the stairway that her brother Ismark and Jesper went up. The kind of flickering golden ambery color of the torch, the only real noise and light source in. Ismark, are you okay? Having heard them sort of a voice echoing down the stairs, like, and then she doesn't seem to really take much actions, unsure of what to do. Upstairs, up a short flight of stairs, only about sort of 10, 15 feet high, Jesper and Ismark stand in another long hallway on the second floor. There are windows boarded to the side, and two undead figures, very clearly animated skeletons, are making their way towards you. They wield rattling, rusted short blades, and they come in a flurry. Do I have them on separate initiatives? I do. So, what are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Thomas.
Carry on. I'm sorry.
Thomas.
I'm really sorry.
What? What did I say?
Thomas
Did I say it
Hazel.
rude? Was I being lewd?
Yeah, a little bit.
Right.
Carry on.
Skeleton A will rush forward and attack the first thing it can see. You can see Jesper as it rushes towards you. There's just this pale red light in its empty eye sockets. Its bones are unclean and soiled, dressed in tattered rags and scraps of armor, and it shows no concern or care. It just almost rushes and thrusts forward with the short sword.
Sounds like Tom.
Towards you. I'm really hoping that these rolls reflect the ire. Is that a 21 to hit you,
Yeah,
Jesper?
that will do it.
4 points of piercing damage as the skeleton just rushes forward and scrapes its blade along your side. Back downstairs, the other one is yet to act. Shadow Beyond the Veil. You can hear, some sort of like clattering of blades. You hear something happening upstairs, not entirely sure of what.
Have we shut the door? The one Xeros is by. So the creature ran away, but I'm guessing we shut the door.
Xeros is in front of the door, and I believe that him and Rose had shut it and were kind of pressing against it with their bodies to keep it closed. There was another door.
Furniture as well.
You did, yeah. You were basically moving some furniture as the next combat begun, basically. The other door, there is another door in the room that Jesper and Ismark were in front of. Jesper had rammed like a chair under it and things like that. But yeah, we're talking like wooden tables and like barrels and stuff like that. These aren't like big heavy bookcases. These barricades, any creature of substantial strength will be able to force them open if there's not somebody to oppose it.
And I can hear stuff going on upstairs. I can hear like bangs and scrapes and bad stuff.
Yeah, you hear like the sounds of battle, like metal scraping along Jesper's blades and armor and things like that.
Okay.
Probably hit like a thud,
30.
clattering bones. Like a Harryhausen movie.
I think our friends need help. And then I'm going to start moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I think 30. I can't go up. I can't find the
I will put you up the
map,
stairs,
so...
don't worry.
Whoa!
There you
So I think that's...
So scroll up a little bit.
I can make it.
Yeah, if you scroll up a little bit, you can see it.
And then I
So
guess,
yeah, and you see this skeletal figure ramming its blade into Jesper's side.
I would like to cast guiding bolt. Can I cast guiding bolt on that? Actually, it looks like it's.
I will say
me.
you will, but it will have 3/4 cover, so it will have a +5 bonus to its AC.
What about the one that's down on the end of the corridor? Is that
you can see
still-
that one. I'll give it normal cover because Ismark and Jesper are kind of blocking the way as well. So I'll give it a +2 to its AC, but it's easier to hit than the one around the corner.
I
You can
think
kinda
what I might
shoot
do in
between
that
their
case, I think I'm gonna hold my action, and if either of the boys look badly injured, I will cure wounds them.
You have to be able to touch them. Have you got enough space to get in there? And also keep in mind, Ismark is probably going to be blocked by Jesper.
I will healing word them.
Yeah, healing word is fine. That's all.
If either of them look badly hurt, like bad.
Okay, so shall we say mechanically if they are under half HP?
Yeah, under half HP.
Right.
I'll healing word them.
Just that we've got a mechanical thing of like what badly injured is.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Ziki. After Ziki is Ismark, and then Rose will be the next player after monsters.
Cool.
Sneaky
So
miss
can I
there.
hear the noises as well?
Yeah, you can all hear the noises. Yeah, you all hear the sounds of something happening upstairs. There was like a muffled voice that sounded a little draconic, that called out, but it was muffled from between the floors.
Okay, I'm gonna, in a panic, rush to go and help them. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna move there and make my way.
Yeah, so you get to the bottom of the stairs, but you'll have to spend an action if you want to try and dash up the stairs.
Let's dash, yeah. Let's dash. 5, 10, 15. So 15 to get there.
Go fast.
15, and then you basically end up... You push past Shadow on the stairs and emerge just in front of Shadow, basically.
Okay.
Protecting her. And yeah, you see the same thing. You can see this narrow hallway. There are no lights, so by this point now, you are almost in darkness. You just have a faint bit of flickering dim light, and these red glowing eyes of these undead creatures peering out of the looming shadows of the hallway as you emerge upstairs. Ismark, barely able to see more than a sort of like 5 feet around him.
I'm pretty sure that Ismark lit a torch last time because he was going upstairs without Arena. I'm pretty sure because he said because Jesper has 2 hands for weapons and he said I've only got 1. Pretty sure.
Do you know what? He does because I set him to emit light, so he does have a torch. Thank you for reminding me. It has been a week. Perfect. So he has a torch in one hand and his longsword in the other. And yeah, he kind of spins and sees these 2 undead creatures. And he also looks in the direction that this voice is coming from, which is just there seems to be like a corridor leading down near one of the undead creatures. He can see that he's kind of keeping things blocked up. So he will disengage, and then he will use his movement to move up the corridor to engage the other undead. He'll probably turn around and be like, Jesper, do you have that one? I can take this one.
I'll try.
Okay. And then he'll disengage, and then he'll kind of back up, keeping the torch behind him so that the others can see, and keeping him in place. Somewhere in this facility, a lone creature is still affected by turn undead for at least another 8 turns.
Nice.
Rose Vanandi.
Hello.
Hello.
I will move to 25, 30, so I'm at the very bottom of the stairs. Can I see any of them from?
So you are now on a very narrow 5-foot wooden staircase. The floors are creaking under the weight as 3 of you, Shadow, and Ziki, are now crowded in this narrow stairwell, looking up at Jesper, who is fighting something that you cannot see. The height, the people in your way, you cannot see a creature beyond that. Now you can move through ally spaces.
I couldn't do this turn, so I think I'll just shout, Jesper, move! And I will hold, I'll hold an action to, if I see one of the enemies, to shoot it.
Okay.
If I get an opening,
so
basically, this turn.
You might get an opening, but it's going to be a difficult shot. It's going to have certain amounts of.
That's fine. It's better than not doing anything.
Absolutely.
Because if I push past, I won't get an attack anyway. So I'll wait it out now.
You let me know when you think you might get that, and then I will try and let you know of the same as well. Right, the skeleton in front of Ismark will thrust its blade once more. However, he manages to parry it to the side with a kind of expert warrior's motion, sending the blade scattering to the side. Jesper, your turn.
I'm going to try and pirouette around whilst attacking this skeleton to try and make some space.
Yeah,
I guess.
And you've got a rapier and a dagger, haven't you, as Jesper?
That's right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be using a defensive flourish on this attack, which allows me to add the number of a bardic inspiration to my AC. So let's do that. I'm going to do my attack now, Mark. Here we go. Big time.
Yes.
7.
Okay.
Sweet. Great time.
That's a natural 1. So you thrust towards the creature, but in the movement, kind of spinning around it to the side, because of this way the creature is, it's just these animated bones, it kind of just pivots directly around with you, not moving in a natural way, and it throws the aim of your strike off, not quite expecting this creature to move in the way it does. Sadly, the blow goes wide.
With the wording of defensive flourish, it doesn't suggest that I need to hit to get this bonus.
No, it's just when you make an attack. Yeah.
So I'm going to whack
you're
down
kind of defending
D6.
yourself with the attack. Sure. Boost your AC.
That's a 3. That'll do.
So increase your AC by 3. How long does that last? Until the end of your next turn or start of your next turn?
So I will double check whilst you do another
you have a double check of that. While I narrate what happens next. So you hear, coming from the corridor near where Ismark and the skeleton are fighting, you hear the sound of a door opening and heavy footsteps. 10, 15, 20.
Oh, hello.
25. The creature that comes emerging from the corridor is nearly 6 foot. Is about 6'3", 6'5". Very tall, powerfully built red dragonborn. It is clad in black vestments, like black nobles' clothing, and it carries in one hand a long halberd with a jagged, pointed spike and axe head. He comes around the corner. You would notice that he looks like a dragonborn, except for one thing. His eyes glow red in the darkness. His mouth, you can see this grin, this kind of stretched grin that goes up his long muzzle. And his 2 prominent teeth are much larger than you expect them to be. They are much larger than Zeke and Xeros's. He emerges round the corner.
What do we have here? Someone disturbing my work. Well, I was getting bored.
And he is going to, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He will move basically next to Ismark, and then let's see what he does. Let's see if his attack hits, first of all.
Oh dear.
7. Well, his first one is a natural 1.
And the
So you see him move up, but the tight quarters, he slams one giant fist into the wall. Ismark manages to throw himself backwards, almost using the skeleton he's fighting to push himself off, and the Dragonborn's fist smashes through some of the wooden boards of the window, and he kind of like yanks it a few times. The wood breaks and snaps as he pulls it back.
You're a little quick one. This might actually be fun.
And then he will swing again. Not rolling very high, unfortunately. And this time, Ismark manages to get the blade up and fend off the giant claw as it rakes towards his face. And he backs off. Xeros.
So everyone kind of left. I'm like, except Irina. I'm kind of down there like John Travolta right now. Like, where is everyone? So, I mean, is the door... How blocked is the door, furniture-wise?
Like, there's a few barrels. Like, you grabbed whatever was nearby. There was, like, a small table and some barrels, so you probably wedged those.
That's good enough for now, I think. So with 30 feet of movement, I can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can get to the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
But I kind of want to be at the top. So yeah, I'll use a dash to get to...
So where does your first movement take you?
My first movement takes me to the very, very bottom of the stairs. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
Well, the first
and then you can go another...
I think
go
just
another 30
behind
feet from that.
Rose.
So 5, 10, 15...
I guess... Put me in front of the Dragonborn.
Well,
Vampire.
you will provoke an opportunity attack from the skeleton if you want to do that.
Oh, right. In that case, I'll go back one, so I'm right next to Jesper.
Here.
And still not in out of range of that skeleton.
Yeah.
And that'll be, dash. I guess, my entire turn action dashing, yeah.
That is, sadly, unless there's a bonus action you want to take.
Not yet.
Okay. Irina, now the only one still left downstairs, will join the gathered assembly on the staircase.
Staircase party!
Hello.
Yeah. Uncertain of what she can really do because she's sort of her only skills are in sort of close combat fighting, really. And she knows that it's already getting pretty crowded up there. So she will simply ready in action that if anything comes nearby, she will attack it. There's not much that she can do in this state. Then the skeleton fighting Jesper will strike at him again, hitting him already once. However, the strike goes wide, another natural one for me. As Jesper, you manage to parry the blow with your defensive flourish. You send the blow spinning to the side. Shadow beyond the veil. In fact, the skeleton will... Actually, no, he can't do that. He'll just stay where he is.
Okay. I can't get to, like, the other side of skeleton A, can I? So, like, I can't position myself...
No, you can't move through him, I don't think.
Through him.
I will say that it's so narrow, you would need to, like, you'd need to make a strength check to, like, push past him.
I've got cat's claws. Can't I, like, spider climb?
If you would like to try and make some sort of, like, acrobatics check to try and or it'd be more of an athletics, really, for climbing. If you want to try and make an athletics or acrobatics check to try and clamber over the skeleton, you may.
I just want to kind of not contribute to the blockage in this corridor. 5, 10. I guess could I, if I position myself, if I go through Jesper and then up in that corridor, is that technically? No, that's still clambering over, isn't it?
And also that's a hard corner. You can't move that diagonal. You have to move through the skeleton.
Okay, people can get through me though, right? Everyone on the stairs can get through me at the moment.
Yeah. I've never given you guys penalties for moving through friendlies.
Tom's communicating something.
No, don't listen to Tom unless he's talking in character. Just you do what you want to do.
Jump!
Fine. Well, I think if people can get through me here,
that's better.
I will jump, cat. Can I
Ziki,
Sacred Flame the spookums next to me, please? So could you make
you can, it's ranged. It's dex saving throw. Okay, that's fine then.
Yeah, it's dex saving throw of DC 13.
That is, despite this being a skeleton, he's quite a nimble boy. That's an 18.
Well, he's a poopy hole. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Whoa!
He kind of juts to the side as the holy fire soars past him. End of your turn?
Yeah, I don't think I've got anything else. Souls pops, guys. Cat's got done.
Ziki.
I'm gonna move up next to Jesper, up here.
Alright, you will have an attack opportunity because you will be moving past the skeleton and then out of its threatened area. Is that okay?
That's cool. Yeah, that's fine. Go for it.
It'll take a swing at you. That's a natural 20.
Oh, God. Why?
That's, of course it is. The little skeleton's going to do more damage. Yeah, they're the best. I love them. Right, so using our crit rules, that's a 6 on the d6, and then I roll another d6 for a 5. That will be 13 points of damage as the blade ruptures through a part of your side as this rusted short sword pierces into scale and muscle and flesh as you move past.
Oh.
That is its reaction used.
Nice. I'm going to cast Color Spray. Let's see if we can get 5, 10, and I think I can target all of the baddies with that one. So I shall roll.
So what is it? Is it a spray?
So it's like the powder pigment that she uses for painting. So it.
Yeah, but is it on the range? Does it say it's a 15-foot cone, or what does it say it is?
Oh, it's a 15-foot cone.
So you will catch Ismark in it, if from your current.
Oh,
position.
I see.
Because Ismark is next to the the Dragonborn and the skeleton.
But all right, never mind. I will. Can I do Ray of Frost on the Dragonborn guy instead?
Yes, absolutely.
Then I shall do that. D20 plus 5. Oh, it's an 8 total for a ranged spell attack.
So you kind of channel this frigid beam of blue light, and the Dragonborn just tilts its head to the side slightly as the beam streaks past.
Frost. Never been a fan of ice.
And he looks towards you, and you can see this wicked grin just stretching across his muzzle and his bright red scales. After Ziki. End of your turn, Ziki?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ismark will try and... Well, he's got a few attacks. He's going to try and shove this skeleton back so that he can kind of position himself a bit better. So he's going to make a roll. The skeleton will make a roll. The skeleton gets shoved 5 feet back. And then Ismark will use his second attack he'll try and skirt round. And then he will try and attack the Dragonborn with his longsword. However, this time he swings it down in like an overhead chop, and the Dragonborn just holds one claw behind him, catches the blade, and then throws it to the side behind him, not even looking where the attack has just come from. And you see Ismark stumbles with the strength of this figure as the blow is just thrown to the side. The lone ghoul in the far corner at the end of the room just sits on the ground and covers its face and just rocks back and forward as it is still turned. Rose, sadly, nothing came into vision.
No, there's no opening.
Nope.
So I'm going to have to take the attack of opportunity because I can't get past without...
Well, the skeleton's used it now. The skeleton can't take another attack of opportunity.
Perfect. I will cast...
Yes.
I'll cast Slayer's Prey on the vampire.
Dragonborn?
Yes.
And
it says Dragonborn vampire on the map, Mark. And I will take a shot. So
okay.
9, 30, 40, 50, 17.
Just this arrow just barely manages to scrape past this the dragon's scales, and he moves unnaturally quick, but the arrow manages to catch him along the side of the face.
6 points of damage from the arrow, and then 4 points of damage from Slayer's Prey.
So 10 total. You see that the blow barely you think that it should have cut deeper than it does. His flesh seems unnaturally tough against non-magical things. And no blood trickles. You just see the arrow cut through the flesh, separate the layers of muscle, but he just kind of looks at it, looks at you.
Oh well.
Grins. Skeleton B will move up behind Ismark and take a swing at Ismark. Boris. Yeah, Skeleton Boris. This, however, is a miss. The skeleton bounces off of the breastplate that Ismark wears underneath his coat and pings off. Jesper.
I'm going to have to deal with the skeleton next to me, so I'm just going to go in for a straight 1-2.
Okay.
Here we go. Rapier. 16 to hit.
16, yeah, that hits the skeleton.
That's a 10 plus crit 7. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
It's because it's rolling your crit automatically. So it's rolling the crit as so that it saves time if it does it. So the first number is the D8 plus 4. So that's your damage. Okay. So it's 10.
Nice. And then
so with that blow, you and it's what type of weapon is it? It's a rapier.
Rapier.
Okay, so the blow, you manage to kind of wedge the point of the rapier in between several ribs, and as you pull the blade free, parts of the skeleton's rib cage just shatters and breaks. You can see whatever magic is holding it together, heavily, heavily wounded. I'm not going to set its HP on Roll20, but yeah, this thing does not look like it can take another one of those blows.
Well, I'll go with my dagger.
Bonus action.
For a 7.
And that one.
Another
7 to hit. This one, you with the first blow, you leap forward to strike and take a moment of the opportunity, but the creature doesn't sense pain, so it just acts. It moves normally. It just steps back, not reeling from the blow like a living creature would, which sets off your aim ever so slightly.
Sure.
As you do so. Anything else, Jesper?
I'm not going to move because it's going to hit me. So no.
Okay. The Dragonborn on his turn.
Here we go.
He will step forward up towards Rose. He'll take an opportunity attack from Ismark, who will hit.
Ismark.
If I'm correct. Ismark hits. That's a D8 plus 3 for his damage. 11 points. But very much like the arrow, the weapon seems to do little against this creature's scales and flesh as it cuts down his back, but the Dragonborn doesn't even take a moment to really pause. As he steps up to Rose, you see him look down at you, and his jaw opens, and flame begins to roil in his mouth as he breathes fiery breath over in a 15-foot cone, which will be everybody. He'd actually do it from... If you wanted to catch everybody, where's the best way of him doing this?
Including Skelebum A, right?
Yeah.
He'll hit the skeleton, but he's going to hit all of you guys. This is a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, my favorite.
8.
Zero's a 1.
1?
That wrong?
Not a natural
right,
one.
Well,
16.
The number to beat is 14. So,
Yay!
So I think Rose is the only one who succeeds. Let's check for Skellyman. Skellyman does not succeed. So, Rose, you take half damage. Everybody else is taking the full amount. It's only 2d6, don't worry. It's only 6 points of fire damage.
That's alright.
So 3 for Rose.
Feels good.
And then you see him, he has like a sling system, and he just slings the halberd behind his back, and then he just flexes and cracks his muscles, and brings his giant claws ready in anticipation. Zeros.
Anticipation.
Patience.
I'm wondering where they got a Dragonborn from, to be honest. But I'm gonna.
That's a good question. That's a very good question.
Why not
I'm
ask
gonna
him?
go in, so I'm now kind of blocking Zeke and him. I guess, can he still attack Zeke from where he is?
He could. Yes, he could.
Oh, what a loser nerd. I'm gonna bonus action use a second wind on myself, which is a D10 plus 4 healing. Nice. 7 healed, so that's not too bad.
Yep. Good stuff.
And then I want to whack him once and then action surge and whack him again.
Just before you do that, Tom Hazel, I forgot to mention that the wounds Ismark and Rose had caused to him, when he began his turn, you see them seal up. Like, the flesh knits back together and begins regenerating.
Okay, I'll hit him twice as hard.
Should we just go?
Let's
You
just
can
leave.
if you want to try and go,
Should we
you
just
can
go?
absolutely do that.
Hey, bye. Right, so
I mean, if you
first
can't
attack
fight
with
this
my
guy,
greatsword.
you don't really have a lot of luck elsewhere.
It's okay, I can't fight this guy.
So the first blow,
11.
he just knocks your greatsword to the side with his arm. Just sends it careening into the wall.
Fine. I'll save it. I won't do an action surge this turn.
Okay. End of your turn?
That's the end of my turn. I've done everything I can.
Okay. Irina will move up, and Skeleton's not gone again yet, so she will move into the space, pushing past Shadow, and she will attempt to assist in dealing with this Skelly man. She will make an attack with her rapier for a 17, and she will hit. D8 plus 5, 6 points of damage. However, and I hate doing this, you know I hate stealing kills from you, that is enough to render the skeleton a pile of bones upon the corridor. They clatter to the ground. Nice. She kind of reaches in, and with the pommel of her rapier, she smashes the creature in the skull, already heavily wounded by Jesper, and it clatters to the ground.
I'm okay with this.
I'm okay with that too.
I thought you might.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And yeah, then she just turns. In fact, she'll use the rest of her movement to kind of back up into this corner, and take a sort of defensive stance as she does. Shadow. After Shadow, Ziki, and then Rose will be the next player character after that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and guiding bolt this
This
Dragonborn
scary man.
vampire. The scary man.
Yeah, he will get a slight cover bonus.
It is slight cover, mild cover.
Yeah.
Lame. Guiding bolt is D25. That is a 14 to hit.
Even without the cover, his unnatural agility is enough that the golden light and glow of the scarab that you summon to send forth, you see his eyes go wide at the sight of this radiant energy, but he manages to kind of throw himself as the golden light washes over an impact along the wall. But there's definitely an element of like he was not afraid, but was more scared of that attack than any other attack that's been launched at him so far. He seemed to be nervous about that one.
I'm gonna
anything else?
What are you
Shadow?
trying to tell us, Mark?
I don't know. What am I trying to tell you? Shadow, anything else? Nothing else? Ziki?
No.
I would like to cast Word of Radiance against the Dragon boy. See if we'll play.
What's read Word of Radiance out for us.
Okay, so you utter a divine word and burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on a con save throw or take 1d6 radiant damage.
So con saving throw just for him. I'm assuming you do not want to hit your allies.
Him. No, thank you. Just passes.
Are you in range of Skelly Bob B?
I am. Oh no.
No, it's 5 feet around her. That would have been a 16 total, I'm afraid, Ziki.
Cool, no worries.
So you watch as this radiant, this kind of white light erupts out of you, and he's like, I must deal with you first, clan sister. This brings me no pleasure to kill my own kind. But that light, that accursed light. Anything else, Ziki? Do you wish to move? Do you want to anything?
Yeah, I think I'm going to move. Can I try and go in the room that he came from?
You can. I'm going to remind you he will get an attack of opportunity if you move away from him.
Oh, it's such a big... I'm going to take damage either way.
For you.
Yeah.
I mean, he does. He looks like he's going to attack you.
10,
okay.
20. I'm going to move up there.
Well, he gets a 16 to hit you.
Oh, yeah, that hits. I've only got AC 10.
He's not going to do any damage, but what he does is he grapples you. As you go to run past him, he grabs you by the throat and lifts you up off the ground, and pulls you into his range. Like he basically grabs you and he has you grappled while you're there. And he's just
cool. Yeah. Okay.
Ismark sees this and he's like, Ziki! And he runs forward, ignoring the skeleton, and he's gonna take an attack opportunity, which hits him for 6 points of damage. 8 points of damage, actually. So he takes a stab in the back, but he rushes forward, and he's going to attempt to try and like shove this guy so that he breaks the grapple on you. So he tries to like shoulder barge into the vampire on your behalf. However, he just smashes into his back and like he bounces off. He throws all of his weight and force into like a shoulder charge, and the vampire just barely nudges and just looks down.
Pathetic. You humans are all the same. The only challenge here is these two.
And he's looking towards Zeros and Ziki. The ghoul continues to be turned in the corner. Rose. he's out for like a minute, right, Kim? Turn Undead is a minute, right? Yep. He's done. In fact, actually, no, now that you've come upstairs, he moves 30 feet. He rushes down the stairs because you've come up closer. He's like, and just runs from shadow.
At least I'm contributing somehow.
You're keeping this thing off you, dude, aren't you?
Yeah.
Rose.
So he's taken his
reaction.
So I'm gonna step. Oh wait, he's there now. Yeah, I'm gonna step back, and I'm going to take another shot at him from there.
Sure. Absolutely. No more disadvantage because you are not next to him. Oh, a good hit. A strong hit. That will hit. The arrow.
9, 10, 11, 12 damage from... 12 damage from the bow, and 6 damage for... That was max damage! 12 from the bow, 6 from Primeval... Slayer's Prey.
From Slayer's Prey. It would have been 18 damage normally, but again, you see that the arrow thuds into his side, and he just slams an elbow down and breaks the arrow off, and doesn't seem to be fazed by it.
I don't have anything else.
Skeleton B rushes forward towards Zeros, the first target in its... Boris.
Oh,
he gets
my God.
Natural that's 6, 7, 8, 9 points of piercing damage against Zeros as this skeleton kind of runs down the corridor and just slams its short sword into the back of sort of like the top of your thigh. You manage to pull it out of the way, but a deep scrape along the thigh. Jesper. It's like Dark Souls, Tom. It's in a tight space.
Just like Dark Souls, yeah.
I'll try and engage eye contact with Dragonborn Man and say,
yes,
isn't this whole situation just a little funny? And I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Sure.
Wisdom saving throw, please.
Wisdom saving throw. That is a 19.
Oh, good. Great. No, I won't do it.
He looks at you.
It wasn't very funny.
Avistani. You know, it is funny. I've heard that, well, you won't be going anywhere anytime soon. And that does make me laugh.
Well, that was more than 6 seconds, so I can't reply.
That's your action, bonus action, move action, Chris Trott?
I'm going to let the Dragonborn kind of juke this out for a second, and then I'll be right in there. Straight after, I swear.
You see, as Jesper calls that out, Rose, you notice that the arrow, he'd snapped off the shaft, but the wound around the arrow heals, and it just pushes the arrowhead out of his body. And he looks unharmed again. And then he has Ziki grappled, so he pulls Ziki in and attempts to bite down on her neck. That is an 18 to hit. Technically, he has advantage, so that is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. Right, there's some split damage here, Ziki. So you're going to take 7 points of piercing.
Yep.
And then you take 9 necrotic damage.
I'm outie, boys. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
It's worse than that. Ziki, he bites into your neck, and you watch as, like, he sucks, and you see Ziki's scales and flesh. Even though they're white, they take on a kind of almost, like, reddish veined hue, like, as it spreads through her body. and her eyes turn black. If this reduces a creature to 0, the target dies. And you just watch as...
Oh.
And he throws your body to the ground, Ziki. I will come back in a minute because that is not the end of that story. In fact, actually, I don't know. With Vampire Spawn, maybe it is. I think it's only with...
Oh!
You just watch as Ziki... The life fades from Ziki. I'm sorry, you are dead.
It was gonna be Ree.
Oh my god!
That was sudden.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Well, the fact is, I mean, look, just before we continue with the combat, I don't want to take away the mystery, but that is the natural crit on the opportunity attack. The opportunity attack where he grabbed you, and then, like, you had taken some damage before then, but yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Like, this particular, the bite attack is if this reduce, because the target's hit point maximum is reduced by an amount equal to the necrotic damage taken. He heals, but he's already at full. The reduction lasts until the finisher's long rest. The target dies if this effect reduces... Oh, it's if it reduces hit point maximum to 0. So you're not dead. You're not dead.
Oh!
That's my problem. I misread that.
Oh my god!
That is my fault. Ever put
Mark,
fear in you a little
do
bit?
that.
Woo! I mean,
my
I'm
fault.
happy either way.
I'll take
Like,
that one.
that's
I'll
cool.
take that one. Yeah, I
It's
misread
cool,
that.
man.
Yeah,
I thought it
Ree's
was
gonna
just
love
its hit
being a
points
vampire.
reduced to 0. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, because he's not a full vampire, you wouldn't become a vampire. That's the other thing I was reading. No, you see Ziki's body go limp. So we see Ziki's body go limp, and then he throws her to the ground. That's his first attack. His second attack is to punch Zeros in the chest. With his claw. 17 to hit.
It does.
Oh boy.
That is 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
As he just slams a fist into your chest.
Imagine
Is
if
this
I
all
just
that you
watched my
have?
sister die, and he punches me in the chest. What a jerk.
Man, I am so glad I reread that ability. I'm so glad I
Jesus.
reread that.
That was a roller
What
coaster.
happened to Ziki then?
So Ziki's unconscious. She's at 0. She is dying.
Yeah.
Okay.
But don't forget,
Stand
Ziki, your hit point maximum is reduced by 9, so you need to mark that on your character sheet as well, Ree.
Oh, cool.
So your hit point maximum is down by 9, yes. As your blood, your vitae has been drained.
By 9.
But guess what?
By the 9.
It's Zeros', yes. Can you roll a d20 for me as well? Make a con save for me, please. And Zeros, you're next.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Mole, mole, mole.
Yeah, so injury check for Ziki, and then I'll just do my monster turn.
Alright, roll another d20 for me, Ree.
Okie dokie.
Oh, actually, yeah, plus. What's your plus, actually? No, because it's the DC's
Plus
only
5.
10, so what's your plus?
13.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. Yeah, no injury check.
Oh.
No injury check.
Okay.
And 0.
So, this skeleton next to me, he's got his reaction, like he used that. I want to duck away 1.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he used it against this mark, so...
Oh, did he not use against me?
Oh no, he had his turn again. Yeah, so he does get an attack of opportunity. He misses.
Okay, cool.
Slams the blade into the wall.
Oh, it's only if someone damages me. All right, fine. I want to, in that one movement, attack once at the arm holding Ziki.
He's thrown Ziki to the ground. He bit Ziki and then he's thrown her to the ground. Discarded. Is it gaming it to
move away from the skeleton to get the attack of opportunity and then just move back?
No.
Cool.
That's tactics. You're like taking up his reaction so that other people can not worry about it.
Okay, I want to do a double sweeping attack.
Sure.
So I will attack with my great sword. Boom. 22 to hit the Dragonborn.
That will hit, yes. That hits him. Again, the same thing of some of the damage is absorbed.
Okay, and it's a sweeping attack. I will then expend a superiority dice to damage the skeleton as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I do 2 damage to the skeleton. Then I want to action surge and do that again.
Yeah. As long as you've got the superiority points, you can do it.
19 to the Dragonborn.
Yep.
And 5 to the skeleton.
5.
So 14.
Right, the skeleton is...
Yeah.
Yeah, the skeleton is badly damaged. The Dragonborn, kind of like, as you pummel him with these slashes, you cut these huge swathes down his chest and across his face, and you can already see they're beginning to slowly heal.
He's just like, ah, yes, a warrior at last, something to truly test my strength against.
Oh.
That sucks. How rude.
Just laying there.
Irina will charge forward, like, how dare you do that to Ziki? And she kind of charges forward with her rapier, trying to strike a blow as well. Of course, the NPCs can fucking pull off a crit, can't they? And as the creature turns to Zeros, as Zeros is drawing his attention, he doesn't even seem to notice Irina dart forward, and the blade kind of goes through parts of his neck. It's not a huge damage roll. It's 8 plus 5 plus 3, 16 halved. So 8 points of damage. As this kind of... all of these weapon attacks, like all of your attacks against this creature, they are not having the amount of impact that you think they should. Your weapons are not as effective against this guy. And you see she like struggles to pull the blade out as this wound on his neck that would normally be through like an artery. There's just no blood that comes out. He just kind of cricks his neck.
I will deal with you in a moment, human.
After Irina, Skeleton A is dead. Shadow beyond the veil.
Be nice if you spellcasted could hit. Can I?
Yeah,
reach
it really would.
Zinky? If I like squeeze by Jesper and like I don't know.
You can't occupy the same space because you're not a small creature. So no, you can healing word, Ziki, but you can't cure wounds.
Even if I just put my hand through his legs and I'm just like, use my tail.
No, because you can't stop. You can't stop. If you could stop and then move away again, it'd be different. But no, like this corridor is so tightly packed.
Well, it's gonna have to be a healing word then. So
well, she's
I would
unconscious.
Like to... Yeah, I'll cast healing word at level 2, and because of my circle of mortality, it will be at full power. So that is 2d4 plus 3, which is 8, 9, 10, 11 points of healing.
11 hit points back to Ziki.
Oh, thank you.
You feel your eyes flutter open. You feel kind of weak and tired, Ziki. The blood literally drained from your body, but you are conscious. And it is your turn, unless there's anything... that's only a bonus action, Shadow, actually. The healing word.
So, action, can I cast a cantrip then?
Yes, yep.
In which case, could you make a dex save of DC 13? Because I'm going to Sacred Flame this guy.
He dodges to the side. He's just... Whoosh. Even surrounded, he seems to have some sort of supernatural agility and awareness that he is just dodging these attacks that are thrown at him. Yep. So, anything else? Movement?
I guess, can I just move up? I'm just gonna tuck myself into the corridor a little bit, just like that.
Sure.
Just I like lurking in the shadows. It's in the name.
Yep.
Righty. I'm gonna cast Blur on myself, and then.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna get up, cast Blur on myself, and then can I move back into the room that I was going to try and get into?
I can. Again, you will provoke an attack of opportunity, but I think with Blur, he'll have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Do you want to try that?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Can't move my dude.
That's disadvantage. It's a huge difference. So this time he tries to do exactly what he did before. As you try and push past your brother and then move through Ismark and then kind of get around, he reaches out to grab you, but he grabs the after image of Ziki caused by this blurration, as this kind of shimmering image of yourself kind of distorts and warps around you. He grabs that, and you feel the brush of these cold, dead claws.
Rhiannon, you're stressing me out today. You're stressing me out, man.
It's like the fourth attack opportunity against you.
Yeah, you can get to here, and then, in fact, actually, this skeleton hasn't gone again yet, so you can keep going. So you can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get up to here, but do you want to go... Yeah. Do you want to go? Do you want to stop anywhere or? Here,
I think I'll stop
where
there
you are
now and just and Zeke's just going to take a breath, reconvene.
Well, so you see where you are now. There is an open door, and you don't have any dark vision, and the light's kind of being channeled, not fully into the room. But you think you're looking into something that looks like a library or a study, perhaps.
Okay.
As that's what you see there. Ismark will try and finish off the skeleton that Zeros has been fighting to aid everybody. He hits, and hopefully this should be... Yes, that is enough to finish off the remaining Skeleman.
Hi, Boris.
Boris, he clatters to the floor.
Well done. You've killed a bunch of angry bones.
The Dragonborn calls out.
Jesus.
Ismark will just turn around like, You'll soon join him, you abomination. And he will plunge his second attack, which is a natural 20. As he spins it around to try and cut his head. So that's 8. I hate it when NPCs do too well. I hate it. That's 10. That's 13.
Look, somebody has to. Somebody has to do a good job.
It's not that they're doing well, it's that we're doing just terribly.
Abysmally, yeah. You guys are just having the worst luck. So Ismark manages to cut like a deep cheek, scratch against his face. And you can see the wounds are healing, but they're being generated so quickly, you don't think that they're going to be able to completely heal, with his rate of healing. Ghoul continues to his fleeing away. Rose.
Okay, seeing that... Would Rose
Only
know any
4 more rounds. Would Rose know any more?
Would Rose know about weaknesses from her experience that she could communicate to everyone else?
Yeah, I mean, you've kind of made this check a little bit before, but make a... This would be... What's higher for Rose? Is religion or nature higher? Or Arcana?
They're the same. Arcana, the same.
The same. So it'd be a religion check then. Yeah, there's some stuff because you've already told the group that, I think you've already given some ideas of some things that will harm them. Okay.
16.
Okay. So you... And I'm not sure, you might have a class feature that gives you actually more detailed information. Have a read through, but...
It does, but it takes an action, so I want to see what I know
you can
right now.
So I will say that, you don't know any, direct resistances and vulnerabilities, no mechanical information, but what you know of vampires, you've kind of semi-communicated this before, they can't enter places without an invitation, but abandoned buildings, perhaps like this one, don't hold that power. Like an abandoned building they can just go into as they wish. Sunlight is the best way to kill a vampire. Sunlight will destroy them if they're caught out in it. A stake to the heart will destroy them, but it needs to be incapacitated and in its resting place. So it needs to be in its coffin for a stake to destroy it. And then running water will also harm it. So if it falls into a river or a lake or something like that, it will cause harm. It's like acid to a vampire. And that's what you
I have seen that its wounds aren't healing as quickly as we can do damage. Do
you want to use your special ability to learn more? You can do that, but I'm not going to give you...
I will use Hunter's Sense.
I
immediately learn whether the creature has any damage, immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are.
Yes. I'll throw in a bonus one for you as well. So yeah, damage resistances. He is resistant to fire, to necrotic damage, as well as weapon attacks from non-magical weapons. So slashing, piercing, bludgeoning from non-magical weapons. So he basically needs magic, but he's also resistant to fire and necrotic. Vulnerabilities, he doesn't have any, but he doesn't have any immunities. But I will also tell you that he has regeneration, which is that he will regenerate hit points. You don't know how many. But if it is, as long as he isn't in sunlight or running water, and if he takes any radiant damage or damage from holy water, his regeneration doesn't work. I'll tell you that for free.
Can I relay that to the team in Do this. Don't do this. Fire's not going to help you guys. Magic. Meh.
That is what you say. In the 6 seconds you have. That's exactly what you just said. You can't give the detailed info, but yeah, you can say the basics, as you just did.
Hit
so that
him
was your
with
action.
magic, and yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah. I will just. So Can I back up a little bit to here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah. All right, Jesper.
I'll continue to look mockingly at this Dragonborn vampire and say, "Oh, you
really want this spell to go up, don't you?
At least I'm not a dragon man with a stench so bad that I only keep rotten bones for company." And I'll cast Vicious Mockery.
Got him.
Oh, Vicious Mockery. Okay.
Please.
Very good.
Wisdom save.
That is probably going to be a failure. Yeah, that's a 10.
Yeah. 1d4 psychic.
We'll do it.
But
Oh my
One
god.
point of damage.
but he gets disadvantage on his next attack too.
Is it on the next attack or attacks? Does it say on his next attack? Because if he
On
makes
the
2, then
next
it only
attack.
applies for the first.
Roll.
Right, so if he makes 2, it only applies on the first one. So you see him kind of like clutch his head. Your prattling is nothing more than an irritation. His eyes kind of scan around, looking in Zeki's direction.
Your little friend seems to have vanished. But no matter. She won't escape. I need to deal with you first, warrior.
And he will turn both of his attacks against Zeros. And I think that he will actually withdraw his halberd for this. He senses a foe, a true foe, to make him draw his weapon.
Oh god, a broadsword versus a halberd in this smaller corridor. This is going to be hilarious.
Yeah, and well, that's it, right? Like, yeah, he's kind of holding it on the thing, but he's in, like, you're having to like swap the way that you kind of fight and stuff like that. Technically, there's no rules. Yeah,
reversing, going forward.
But there are no rules in D&D that say you can't do it, so we're going to do it.
No, sure, do it.
Yeah, so he brings that to bear. His first attack is with disadvantage. That becomes a 16 to hit.
I would like to riposte because that misses me, and I totally forgot I have that.
Okay.
So as a
it
reaction,
misses
I
you,
can
he
make a
like
melee
collides
weapon.
it down. Yep, so this uses your reaction, but you can make a melee weapon
Oh,
attack.
nice.
And I
forgot
added
his
D8 to it.
Start this turn.
10. Don't worry.
He
looks cool, though.
thrusts forward, like in a cool way. He thrusts forward. You dodge to the side and bring your weapon up in another blow, but he just as quickly brings the shaft of the halberd down to block the blow, and then it backs off, and the two of you engage as sparks fly between the two of you. These two hulking dragon men.
Oh yeah.
His second attack, however, no longer with disadvantage.
You're both sweating.
Oh yeah.
20 hit you.
Oh yeah, that one hits hard.
It does for 14 points of damage as he brings it down into your shoulder.
Hey, I'm not just sweating, I'm bleeding heavily too.
Yes.
Wow.
Bleed. Bleed.
Xerox, your turn.
Better not.
You two need to stop.
Sorry, whose turn was it?
Xeros, I said, but he was too busy making lewd jokes to notice because he never listened to me.
Some
Sorry.
professional time.
When he does hit me, I use my reaction. Carry on, it's me still.
You did?
I'll just go with another attack. Do I know if breath counts as like magical damage? The breath weapon.
I mean, it doesn't. What type of damage does it do? Tom, Hazel?
I mean, it does acid damage, right? But I'm just wondering if that would be more effective than...
Right, is acid piercing, bludgeoning, or slashing damage, which is what I said he was resistant to.
Yeah, I know, but you said magic stuff's good.
Once again, Tom Hazel doesn't listen. Kim is just like, for fuck's
Classic
sake.
Tom Hazel.
I'm just thinking of when you came into my stream the other day, Mark, and you were like, "Why do you hate me so much, Kim?" What? And I was like, "Me? What? Me?" And you were like, "Why do you make my life so difficult?" And I was like, "Me versus Tom Hazel."
I rolled a 9 to hit him
So-
with my greatsword.
Is this with your greatsword? No, he blocks it. Parries it to the side.
Yeah. Cool.
Good turn.
Cool. Thanks.
Rose is backed off. He's on the other side. Irina will skirt past to join her brother, and then she will make an attack.
Brother.
However, that is going to be a miss. He parries away Irina's attack as well. Skeleton A. Skeleton Alan is dead. Shadow, be on the bale.
Alan!
Seeing Zeros in a bit of a state, can I scooch round towards him? And I guess as they're kind of sparring and fighting and all that, can I just be like, whoa, 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 and then at the moment, like when he's nearest to me, just slam my paw into his back and cure wounds him at 2nd level. So that's 2d8 plus 3? No, wait.
So you'll need to move to here. Yep.
Yeah.
I want to use a reaction to hit back. Oh wait, she's healing me. I wasn't listening.
So that's 11 points of healing.
11.
Yes.
So 5,
perfect.
10, 15. You've got 15 feet of movement left.
Do I want to risk an attack of opportunity?
That's the question.
Nah, I'll probably regret this, but I'll stay here for now.
Okay. Zeke.
I'll regret it.
And then after Zeke, Rose is the next PC.
Cool. So, quick question. Could I, theoretically, use...
I love this.
This might take this might take a few turns to set up if I can, but
Sure.
could I use Ray of Frost to make like a kind of like a lump of ice, right? And then get out a torch and use the torch to melt the ice, and then use shape water to make a kind of like a little river system in the corridor. So it's like flowing water for the boy.
I would say that to do... Well, none of you can talk about this. I will say make an Arcana check for me, Aziki.
Okay.
I'm just seeing like a Dragonborn with wet feet just being a bit perturbed by the fact that his feet are wet now. Just like, what?
Plus 17.
Splashing.
17. You think that, you know, when Rose calls out and stuff like that, and you kind of have this scheme of making this running water, a 5-foot cube of ice is not going to be enough. This needs to be... You need to emulate a river, so you could spend a few turns like frosting up the area and creating a larger amount of ice, but you would need to very rapidly melt it. That, you know, you would need to create something more impressive than just that 5-foot block of ice. The idea in theory would work. Right, yeah, so you could, if you could basically create enough ice, which would probably, if you've only got Ray of Frost, that might take some time. If you could do that and then create a flame and then control the flame to melt it quickly, and then this would take quite a few turns to set up, mainly because it's the amount of
like a
ice you
5-turn
need.
setup.
The idea is sound. You think that the idea would technically work because you would be creating running water, and it wouldn't be like, it would be a natural, even though it's created by magic, running water, but the amount needed needs to be significant. Sound idea needs perhaps more powerful magic on your end to fully create.
Cool. Okie dokie.
But cool idea. I
knowing
like
that.
the idea. I don't like... It's not... I'm not saying no, you could do it, but to create the amount of ice necessary would be more than just one round. You'd probably need to do, like... I don't know, something like...
Climate change.
Not quite, but like a good sort of like 20-foot cube of ice. Like, you know, that's a lot of ice to then suddenly melt, and then... You need, like, the equivalent of a river or like a big stream.
An iceberg.
Like four turns to make it, probably, if it's like a 5-foot, and then one turn to melt it once. So it'd be 7 turns.
It would be.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Oh my god.
Time to start chipping away at that one.
Cool. Cool. Okay. I will then scooch up just a little bit go 5 feet, and then I'll cast Bless at level 1. So I'll get Irene, Xeros, and Shadow.
Oh, Shadow. Okay. Is Blur concentration spell?
It is, yeah. But I've done what I need to do.
So you'll lose Blur. Yeah, you'll lose Blur, fine. But then Bless will come into effect. Okay, cool. So Irina, Xeros, and Shadow has Bless active.
Can you remind me what Bless is?
You get a D4 again.
Yeah.
Attack rolls or saving throws.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you.
Wait, Rose.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Hola.
3 more rounds and that ghoul's free, baby. 3 more rounds and he's gonna come back.
Yeah, but in 7, Zeke.
If he runs out the house.
You activated my trap card!
Well... The problem is where you are, he can't get to the only open door.
I will just attack him again. Shoot him.
Okay.
20 to hit.
Yeah, even with the crowded conditions, you managed to strike him with the arrow.
12.
Whoa!
Plus?
And 2.
14.
Nice.
So halved is 7. So again, the arrow... You are becoming a nuisance, Archer! As he smashes the arrow out of his side. Anything else?
Sorry, not sorry. No. Not yet.
Jesper.
I'm gonna cast
this
him.
is a longer combat than I expected. Okay. So Jesper vanishes. Everybody sees Jesper just vanish.
I'll be back. And I'm gonna start looking around invisible for some form of help that could destroy this thing. So, can I go past people that attack of opportunity with invisibility? Or is it just a...
Technically,
I think they get
I would say they'd have disadvantage because they don't know where exactly you are, but they can sense you moving past them.
Disadvantage. Double disadvantage.
He doesn't have disadvantage anymore.
Oh, do you?
No, you got me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up this way then. 10. Is there a door here on the left?
Yeah, you see. Yes, there. You see a few doors. Hang on. So there is a door just on your left-hand side going down this particular corridor, which is where you first came up the stairs. There is a door on your left, and then you can see that there is another door on your left further down the corridor, and then there is a door at the very end of the corridor, but they are all kind of dimly lit without any light source. Because do remember that Jesper doesn't have dark vision, and your torches are currently around the vampire.
I'll have a little peek in this close one then.
Okay, so you open up that door. You can see the vague shape of what appears to be a empty, old, rusted bathtub. Well, not actually rusted, it would just be empty. And you can see a little dresser with moldy... Not even moldy, actually, because it's not been that long. Stale towels, like moth-eaten towels. Right, and then there is another door. As you go in that door, there is a door to your right as well, like immediately to your right.
I'll go through that one. Can I?
All right, that's going to pretty much be your action to open both of those doors, really.
All right, thank you.
When you step into that room, as you step in, there's a moment of alarm as next to you, you see what appears to be a bride dressed in a beautiful white gown with a veil, kind of standing faced towards a dresser. Away from you, but just seems to be standing there looking away. There's a heartbeat, a pulse for a moment before you realize it's a mannequin with a dress on it and then like simulated arms for the gloves and everything else. But yeah, there's a moment where it just looks like this pale white ghost standing in what appears to be a fine dressing room.
Okay.
No, like
and that's
that.
all I can see.
20, 25. Yeah, in this room. There's the door. There's another door. There's several doors, in fact, in this room, but you're not going to be able to open any this turn. You can see two on the far side of the room to your north, and then another door on your right, just in front of you.
How much movement have I got left? So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yep.
Anything else in this room? Interesting, useful.
You see a dresser with a chair and several like brushes and makeup and little lotions of perfume. Judging by the dust, a mirror used to stand here, but it's long gone. It's no longer here.
Mirrors. Moving up to this door, and then I guess that's
you're not going to be able to open
turn.
it this turn. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. You don't find anything which you think may be of use to you right now. The Dragonborn creature of the night will. I should make you another token, actually, Trot. There's like a camera or something for when Jesper goes off. Just move Jesper back and we'll remember where he is. He will look towards Shadow.
Some sort of healer. Best deal with you.
And he will attack you.
Oh no.
One giant claw comes out. Ooh, that's probably going to be a miss, though. 11 to hit Shadow.
It does not hit me.
Oh, that's annoying. Does he halberd you then? Follow up. Yeah, he'll swing his halberd at you on the next attack. That is a 25.
Yeah, just a little bit.
11 points of slashing damage as this halberd comes smashing down.
Ow.
Zeros. He's just having a whale of a time. Oh, he heals more at the start of his turn.
Oh,
Well, you've not hit him with radiant damage, so
I'm
regeneration
trying.
continues. I know you're trying. I know.
We can't hit him, Fred. We just can't hit. That's the thing.
Oh, you've been hitting him. You're just not with things.
Yeah, I know.
This is welcome to Barovia. This is it. This is the setting. Spooky. You guys can run. If you guys think that you can't beat him as he is, you could run. If you need more supplies, if you want to make more preparations, like remember, you can always run. It's not a video game. You're not locked into the fight.
how's he looking overall, though? Is he looking worse than when he started?
Not really. Like, he has a couple of scrapes and cuts, but the amount of wounds and attacks you've done to him, like both of the arrows that Rose has shot into him, there's no evidence that the wounds are still there. The cuts that you dealt to him a moment ago, those heavy, big slashing blows, really just look like the scrapes of a novice. You know, they look like you barely hit him with any force. They're just healing very rapidly. He's wounded. It's not like he's completely unharmed now, but the damage is minimal. And he's just looking around in pleasure.
Okay.
Vampire spawn.
What does it cost to change my weapon from broadsword on my back to pulling out?
No, it's fine.
Yeah?
It's free as part of an action, yeah. If you want to do lots of shimmying equipment around, but changing one weapon for another, I'm not bothered about.
Okay, I want to attack with my hand axe, and also I kind of want to try the Blade of Nessus on him.
Sure, that sounds advisable.
It does do fire damage, but yeah, so dual wielding. So attack him with the hand axe first. 9 to hit.
Parries this, or he doesn't even parry it, he just dodges out of the way. He just steps to the side as the hand axe swings low.
It's okay, because this one's going straight into the middle of his forehead with the Blade of Nessus. 13 to hit. You know what? I just throw him away.
This one, you go to strike, but he just kind of punches you in the gut. Not enough to do enough damage, but it throws off the attack, and then he steps out the way. Just kind of knocks you back.
Yep. Should we come back when Roll20 decides it likes us?
It's been fine. Stop complaining about Roll20. You've hit loads of times. It's just, this is dice. Tom, don't forget you have the D4 from Bless as well. You forgot the D4 from Bless.
Oh, I mean, that still wouldn't have hit, would it? 13?
Maybe. If you get a 4, maybe.
If you get a 4, it would.
Yeah. I got 3.
Came super close, but don't forget about it. It's that D4 is nothing to sniff at.
Yeah, I forgot about Bless. I wasn't listening.
Irina will take a swing. 15, which will hit with her blade. for a good 12 points of damage. She strikes true. Though her rapier does not seem as firm as it once was. Shadow.
Titans of combat, these two.
Don't forget you've got Bless as well. Man, like that attack when you action surged and did the sweeping attacks, you did a load of fucking damage to him. Rose's arrows with Slayer's Prey every time is doing like 16 points of damage every time, but he is regenerating. He is regenerating these wounds.
Sustainable damage rather than one big
or
burst
to shut his regeneration down. Yeah, or his regeneration needs to shut down. But the one person, the two people that are doing it can't hit him with it, which is just unfortunate.
Trying!
I know, I get it. Well, you've got Bless.
I'm gonna risk an attack of opportunity attack, and move away.
Okay. That is a 19.
Yep. That'll be
He grapples you. He doesn't do damage, but he grabs you. Yeah. No, he grabs you like by the back of your throat. Yeah. As you're like grabbed and he's holding you firm.
Can I Sacred Flame him?
You can. Do you want to try and escape the grapple, or do you want to Sacred Flame him?
I should probably try and escape, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should do that. Let's do that. Should we do that?
Yeah,
Let's
but if you damage him, then your friends can actually hurt him. If you don't damage him, then he's just going to regenerate. So what do you want to do? It's a gamble either way.
Oh, I hate it when you do this bargain with the devil shit.
Well, if you want to escape, if it's escape, you have to make an athletics or an acrobatics check. And there's a DC you have to beat. As you try and escape his raw strength. All right. Okay. What are you going to make? Acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics.
Okay.
I've also got a +4 to this, or a D4. So that is a 15, and then
I think
because I've got Bless. Got Bless.
Yeah, but that's the saving throws. This isn't a saving throw. This is an ability check. Let me check. It might be 2 ability checks as well.
15. If not.
Attack roll or saving throw. You do not get Bless on this. Yeah.
Okay.
15, however, is enough to break free of the grip. It's 14, the DC. So you managed to just like get your hands up, you dig your claws into his own hands and kind of like pry his fingers apart as you gasp and manage to get to your feet.
Can I still
you're no
move?
Grappled.
With
you moved 5 feet, so you have 25 feet of movement left. Yeah.
Okay.
So you moved like here, then he grappled you basically.
Yeah, and then so I'm gonna keep moving the fudge away.
Ziki, you're next.
Go loiter on the top of the stairs. I can't do any actions or bonus actions, can I? I'm all.
Your action was to escape. Yeah, sadly.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm going to lick my wounds in the corner over here. Yeah.
All right, Ziki.
So next up.
Ooh, Ziki. Oh, she's having a bit of a conundrum.
Bit of a moment.
Man, I guess she would have heard that struggle with Shadow, right? And like hearing that going
hear,
on.
Shadow, like, yeah.
Yeah. So, oh man, I think, yeah, she's just gonna move back in again. Up that way.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and cast Word of Radiance against him again. Let's try and do something to help. Yep.
Yeah. That is...
It does hit.
9.
It
does hit.
Nice!
9 points of damage.
Yes! Yes! So that is 1d6 of radiant damage. Woo!
Yeah, even if you roll a 1, it doesn't matter. The point is that this radiant energy scorches the Dragonborn. Cast light! And you see the wounds that were healing up stop. They stop regenerating in their total.
Nice.
Yes, Rhiannon!
Good job. End of your turn?
Thank you. That is the end of my turn.
Ismark. Yes! Well done! And, well done, Ziki! By the light of whatever god you worship! And then he begins swinging his blade twice, trying to get as many attacks in as he can. The first is parried. The second, however, connects. Only for 5 points of damage, but this time it does not seem to be healing up. It's still resistant, but the regeneration does not take place. After Ismark, Rose.
Strike now!
14 plus 8.
That's a hit. That's a hitting.
Yeah, that's a hitting.
That's a working.
Yeah. Damn it! 5 points of damage. 7 altogether.
The arrow
it's like half of what
it, but it manages to. You're hitting, and he's not. Any damage you do this turn won't be regenerated. But yeah, the arrow clips in, but not as deeply as your other wounds. Jesper, you are off in another room. You are at this door over here.
What's through door number 2?
Running right in front of you.
Jesper's little side adventure.
You see,
if you come across another vampire spawn, oh my god!
Wouldn't that be interesting? Wouldn't that be something? Chris Trott can't use his Strahd knowledge now. No, your Strahd knowledge will do nothing for you now, Chris Trott.
You have no power.
In the dim shadows of this room, because again, you have no light and it is pitch black. You think you can make out what appears to be a double bed, some pieces of furniture, and the wood of the floor in this room. There are large splatters of dark color stained against the wood itself. You can see torn and tattered sheets on the bed, but it is so dark it is difficult for you to see anything. If you want to explore it more thoroughly, you can make an investigation check.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, make it with disadvantage because it is dark in the room.
7.
You stumble around for a moment, but you can't really see anything out of the ordinary. You do kind of find like bedside cabinet. You find the bed. You kind of stumble around for a moment, kind of moving around. But yeah, you don't notice anything which might be obvious, perhaps, if there were more light in the room.
Like anti-vampire device in the corner over here with a sticky.
Oh yeah, no, you don't. You don't find any of that stuff. But this room, in that investigation, it is very clear that people were killed in this bed. Like you can see deep blood stains soaked into the mattress and the fabrics. People were literally murdered in their bed, probably while they slept, and then their bodies dragged out.
Damn. No
Everything is awesome.
coffins or sleeping arrangements for the Dragonborn here. Right.
No, doesn't appear to be.
Cool.
Done?
Is there any more doors out of here?
Only the one that you can see that where you think it connects to the rest of the corridor, which I will open up.
I'll pop back out the corridor then, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. You can spend your turn dashing, so you can run back down towards Rose, basically.
Yeah. My side adventure's over.
Your side adventure's over. Great, because the Dragonborn will turn his attention to Ziki. That accursed light of whatever god you've brought here will do nothing. And he reaches out with his claws once more. That is a 15. But poor Ziki's AC, I believe, is only a 10.
Only a 10.
He will grapple Ziki, and then he will bite her, because then he can heal more.
This guy's a real butthole.
Oh my
god.
Natural 20.
Are you kidding me?
Out of interest, 3. What's Ziki's max hit points right now?
21 right now, Mark.
20 is the max hit points, yeah?
Well.
That's
max,
this is the normal
max
bite.
21.
Max is 22. Okay, 21. That's the important number. That's the really important number. So you're going to take 15 points of piercing damage as he bites into your neck, which I believe renders you unconscious.
Jesus Christ.
Then it's going to be 12 max for the necrotic damage plus 2d6 more for the thingy. That's 21 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Boys.
Damage, which reduces your maximum hit points to 0.
That's it.
She's a
Crit rules.
spawn.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
And he heals. He heals for the same amount.
Did you have a bless or
He
anything?
heals for a ton.
He heals a ton. As you see him just drain, Zeki's body just shrivels and withers. You see like the fluid sucked out of her body. Her arms become skeletally thin. Her chest deflates all around her face as life and joy, in fact, the joy that Zeki had aimed to bring to Barovia is sucked from her face in a few final moments. Ree, just before you fall unconscious, is there anything Zeki says or does? I will let you have these precious moments.
I'll probably just like I'll get like one final look at the party, look around desperately, and then reach a claw out to Zeros and just utter a final, Zeros, I'm sorry. And then you just
watch as that hand becomes malformed and withered as the life force is drained away, as this husk of a body is just dropped to the floor. Zeros, it is your turn.
I'm going to go mental. I'm going to go crazy. How many times can I hit this dude in one turn? Like 4? 10? 100? Let me hit it 100 times.
I will allow you to have a second use of your action surge. Seeing your sister die prompts that energy to return to you, and I will give you a second use of action surge. So if you attack with 2 weapons in each hand, I'll let you make up to 4 attacks. How about that?
Shit, I did not expect that to work. Hey, begging work.
Dude, Zeki just died in front of you. I'm going to give you some cool shit.
Okay, I'm going to stick a hand axe into him as best I can. Oh my god. 11 to hit with a hand axe. And with
the bless, it's not going to be enough.
Won't do anything.
Highest it will get to 15. So, yeah. So the hand axe, he just deflects to the side. Yep. This is the one you want to hit 16? Bless.
Is that still not hit? Okay. And 20.
That is a hit. And you see that this time the blade, as it pierces his body, there's no resistance there. Like the whole impact, he absorbs it. The fire seems less effective, but he still is scorched somewhat by the flames.
Okay, and I want to...
What is this weapon?
I want to leave the Blade of Nessus in his chest, and then I punch the Blade of Nessus into him as best I can. So another one.
We'll just make it the same attack.
25 to hit, so 14 damage. And then the last one is the hand axe again.
Negated. The rest of it isn't. He doesn't take as much as...
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. The dagger is like punched in, you pull it free, the flames scorching the wound.
And then finally, a natural 1 with a hand axe.
He catches your arm in your grip.
Yes.
He catches the hand and he looks you dead in the eyes, Zeros. He's like,
yes, that rage. I have taken something precious from you. Yes, use it. Says, I am Vixoras, and I will be your undoing.
Irina can't take her eyes off Zeki's body. We can't. We should run. We should get out of here. Find another way. He's going to do that to all of us. But she will try and attack. She will, in a desperate try and cause some harm. She does hit, but only does a small amount of damage. She scrapes her blade against his scales. Shadow.
So...
You turn back just in time to see a body.
Yeah.
Yes.
I only have 1 channel divinity at the moment, right? Because I used it on Turn Undead, but I also have Path to the Grave, but on my sheet I don't have a little extra box to tick on it, so I've... Right, yeah.
No, if you've only used it, you've got it. No, you have a certain amount of channel divinities per day, and it goes up as you level up.
Got it. Spare the Dying, guessing it's going to do nothing right now.
Yeah, you don't need to make checks to know that Zeki is gone. This isn't just death. She has been sucked of all of her blood and vitae. This is not something that can be healed. only the power to bring back the dead will restore her to life.
One day.
But perhaps in this realm, such a power will exist.
Maybe. Guiding bolt, level 1. Let's go. Come on.
Let's go, level 1.
Don't forget you get an extra d4.
17 plus 4. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
What does it look like?
Pure rage! No, I guess I'm probably, just the emotion from seeing Ziki, this kind of wonderful, joyous creature. The purest of all of us, the best of all of us, you know, being defiled by this creature and seeing, I think almost feeling Xeros's anger and despair. Like, Shadow's a very empathetic creature, so she just channels all of that and throws out a paw, and this kind of blinding gold light just smashes into this prick.
Yes!
So that is guiding bolt. It's 46, isn't it? Yeah. 46.
It is. And it's radiant.
And it's
Which is the key
radiant. 12 points of radiant damagios.
For the first time since you've begun fighting this creature, you see him genuinely wounded. The scorch marks burn away much of the kind of black noble tunic that was covering his muscular form. Most of that's been burnt away, and you can see this pocked, ashen-like burn across his chest where the impact hits. His wounds stop regenerating, and he staggers, kind of blown back by the force of the radiant energy. As he stumbles to the side. And yeah, you probably maybe, in that moment as you strike this thing, you feel a touch of your mistress. You just feel like a satisfaction at seeing this thing suffer. You kind of feel that like very weak, tenuous link to your mistress that you've had since you came here. There's a pleasure in it. There is an approval. Ziki, it would have been your turn, but I'm afraid things have not worked out for the best. Do you want to roll a d20 for me? Do you want to roll d20 for Ismark for me, actually, Ree? We'll keep you in the fight.
Yeah, go on then.
Roll Ismark's stuff. You can kind of guide Ismark. So his attack goes wide. He gets another one, Ree.
Okie dokie.
He swings twice, trying to drive his sword home.
Perfect.
See, now it's
Where was that?
No. Only the NPCs may have criticals. In Barovia, only NPCs have crits. That's going to be 8, 14, brilliant. 17 points of damage, but it is still half, sadly. So 17 is 8.
Is it halved now that Shadow's done?
Yeah, no. The Radiant only stops the regeneration. It doesn't stop the resistance. It only stops the regeneration.
It's a guiding bolt as well, so doesn't he have advantage on... Wait, no, shut up.
He had advantage on the first one, so he
would have had advantage on the first one. So roll another d20. Yep, sure.
Oh,
this is his second attack.
Second nat 20, here we go.
Wow.
She rolled a nat 1! She rolled a nat 1! She rolled a nat 1!
Yeah, it's
What is this game?
What is this game?
What is this tonight?
Rose. It's
ones, it's 20s. It's 20s. It's ones.
Oh my god. It's either 20 or 1. There's like no middle ground, really.
No middle fighters.
21.
Unbelievable.
Let's see if we get another one.
I love this game. I love this game so much. It's so good.
Ree, I am so happy for your energy in this. Like, this is what we need. This is what we need. Right, Rose, you're up.
No, I missed. I rolled a fucking 2.
She rolled a 2.
I'm out.
Right. Anything else, Rose? Anything else? Any moves? Any bonuses? If not, Jesper.
Yeah, I moved right on out of there. I'm out. I'm gone. I'm in the house.
Yeah, just
right,
peg it
out. You want to move? Yeah.
Go. Scooby-Doo out of it.
Right, Rose runs.
I think I'll just move. I won't. I'll move in front of Shadow.
No, I did. Okay, Jesper.
I ran down this corridor and I'm going in for a big old swing. 9. So
natural 1 again. He rolled another natural 1. Trot, that's like your fourth natural
That's
one.
not on that one.
Do we get
Like
fun
three.
coin? Do we get fun
There's
coin in
something
this?
wrong with your roll, Trot. There's
We
definitely
would have
something
had
wrong
about
with your roll.
20 fun coins by now.
Trot, just roll a d20 because something's going on with your rolls. Like it's doing something weird with them.
It says that
Just
9
roll
is
a
a crit
d20
for
and
some
add
reason.
Yeah,
Alright, that is
I think he's rolled that
17.
every attack.
What?
Yeah.
One?
I do think there is something a bit weird by
Yeah,
using
something.
the attack
You need to
options.
roll just a d20. I think. Like, yeah. So what's the total?
Something wrong with just
11
Trot's
plus.
attack.
What's your attack tile?
Plus 6, so 17.
17 hits. 17
Ding
just
dong.
barely scrapes past his armor, his natural armor.
Don't worry, it's a whole whopping 1d4 plus 4 coming up. Ding dong. 5.
Was this with your dagger or your rapier? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Two?
Yeah, one. It's 1d8.
Well,
You
let's
rolled
make
a
your
1
dagger
on
attack and then-
damage!
Now make your rapier attack. So just roll the d20.
10.
All right.
And
double
a
digits.
d20 for the dagger. 23, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I should do that
Oh,
more
that hits.
often.
Yes, you should. I'm pretty sure that's been doing it all night. That name.
Oh, sweet.
Only on Trot's, though, not on everyone else's.
On Trot's rapier, yeah. Everyone else's has been fine, but Trot's rapier attack has been messing up. So dagger damage.
Cool. I gave it to you already. Did I?
No,
not?
I'm not. Just roll it again because like I already added it. I worked out the next attack's damage along properly. So just roll damage.
7.
7 points damage. Nice. So you swipe and slash at this creature. The blows are shallow. They build up, but yeah, they lack the momentum that the other blows. His undead flesh is resistant to the attack. Sadly, you can see him now, kind of staggering back. Now,
Also, I was invisible, just so you know, when I made my.
so you would have
first
had
attack.
advantage.
I'll roll it, just in case.
Just see.
20. Ding dong.
Oh my god!
Of course it
Alright.
was. Of course it was.
I mean,
Look, he
I'll
ended
just
it
add.
up.
I'll add another 8 damage to him. I'll add another 8 damage to him. So 4.
Yay.
Right, he can't regenerate. He's hit by radiant. What is this fucking session? I swear. Right,
This
he.
entire campaign is just
It's a
a
hot
series
mess.
of what are the dice doing?
Curse of Strahd, innit?
It's fine on
Curse.
Sunday.
He
Ding dong.
Yes.
is going to be really fucking annoying and is going to disengage, and then he runs up onto the ceiling and runs away. 10,
Oh.
15, 20, 25, 30.
See
You
you
can
later.
see heavily wounded. He is just like, we will finish this another day. I cannot fail here. And then he begins making his way down end of the corridor. But he used his action to disengage. So, Xeros.
No, he fucking does not. I'm going all the way up to him.
Yeah.
And I'm greatswording him this time because I accidentally left my hand axe and blade of Nessus in him, I think. So,
Okay.
I did that back.
Bring those back.
You want to leave the Blade of Nessus in him? Sure.
nah. But I will greatsword him anyway. 23 to hit, 14 damagios.
Yeah, the blade pierces through him and it causes another deep wound. He's still alive. It's still semi-resistant to the attack, but heavily wounds him. Anything else?
That's all I got. I'm all out of superiority and everything at the moment.
Okay. Irina basically collapses on her knees next to Zeki's body and just kind of holds the withered draconic face in her hands, and she kind of like lowers her head. And that's all she does in her turn. Shadow behind the veil. You see
I'm
Xeros
gonna
just
try
like.
it.
"Ah!"
Yeah.
What are you gonna try?
Yeah,
I'm
full
gonna-
rage.
What are you gonna try?
I'm gonna blast him with the guiding bolt. Ugh,
Yeah.
come on, rolls.
Let's see.
Come on, rolls. Oh, a natural one!
One.
That's one again! I shoot my own foot. I shoot my own foot.
Frey
What a whiff.
erupts behind him.
I quit. That's it. Sorry, Boo, that's all I had. I'm furious.
Ismark.
I'm furious.
Ismark charges. You got to remember that this the Dragonborn is currently walking along the ceiling. It's like running along the ceiling beams as if they were the floor. Not climbing or scrambling, but running normally, but just on the ceiling. Ismark runs up, jumps, and tries to grab him and like pull him down so that Xeros can finish him off. He just and he leaps up and tries to grab him and pull him down. He's going to try and grapple him, basically.
Into that.
Ismark rolls a 4. The Dragonborn shrugs him off. You can see Ismark is trying to pull him down, trying to slow him down, but the Dragonborn just throws him to the side. Get off of me! As he throws him down. Rose, you can see this desperate battle to stop the escape.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Motion.
Hopefully.
Slow motion arrow shot.
No, I'm not. I'm a roll to 2. So.
Oh my god! Again!
Kill
we get a fun
me,
coin, please.
Kill me! Please give somebody a fun coin.
That's the second time you've rolled a 2. Mark's gone.
This is
most chaotic game.
This is not okay.
Thing is,
Can I roll a
I'm
dice and see
done.
what I roll here?
combat has been
This is
2
the best
seconds,
game
and the
I've
last time
ever
it was
played.
exactly the same.
This is the worst
I love this.
timeline.
I want to go to bed. Can I go to bed?
Yes,
I quit.
Your turn.
Oh,
Oh man.
It's Jesper's
we'll
go.
kill him.
Oh, it's my go.
It's Jesper's go.
I'm gonna.
Oh my
god. No.
2-2.
This is such trash.
25.
It's not. It's just because it's the combination of everyone's terrible rolls that's just.
Yeah.
It's just
It is
mind-boggling
amazing
at this
rolls.
point.
It is
just
amazing
that.
rolls.
Yeah, I keep getting that 20s.
Go on, Jesper.
Yes, that will hit.
Come on,
Go on,
Jeska,
Sam.
fuck him up.
Go on, son. 5. Yeah.
Wasn't that one on the
That was
damage?
that was the dagger. That was the dagger again. You
Oh, yeah,
attacked with the
keep doing it.
dagger again.
Keep
So
doing
now
that.
rapier attack. Just do a separate attack. Don't roll the damage. Just do the next attack as the rapier
21.
attack. Yeah,
Oh,
that's a hit.
boy.
Plus 7. Dead, right? Totally
3.
dead.
You can see his body is even though it's resistant to your weapons, it's falling apart. The body itself is thingy. But after Jesper, unless there's anything you can do, because he wasn't hit by radiant damage, he regenerates a small amount of his health. And you see some of those wounds. He's still heavily wounded and injured, but yeah, he is still fighting fit. He will disengage again, 5, 10, 15, and then he will attempt to break out of this window and jump down to the ground.
I hope he breaks his leg.
16. He might do. He jumps through the window and lands outside. And he'll take some damage. He'll take some damage for sure.
Dead.
Yeah, that's
Can
what
you
kills him.
imagine if that's how he died?
I would love
That
it. I would love it.
The
Casey.
perfect ending. I would very much enjoy it.
I'm sure you would, but sadly he is still alive. Zeros.
I mean,
This might turn
we're on
into
the
an
second
urban
floor,
chase.
right?
Do you guys want to keep the chase? We are on the second floor, yeah. It's 20 feet down. It's 20 feet down. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can jump right below it. You could literally jump on him.
Could I jump on him and also stab him in the downward
Yes!
the fall?
Dragoon
Because I'm
style.
absolutely doing the jump. I'm chasing this guy down until he's re-dead.
You can have so you'll have advantage on the attack roll, but you're gonna take falling damage when you land. So
What is
advantage
that
on the
I
attack.
see in the stairwell?
That's the ghoul. So next turn he's unturned. He's coming back next turn.
Oh my god.
No, he's
He
not.
is. He is.
He's
That's
coming out the
the
window.
turning end. Right, zero
sorry.
advantage.
So
That one ghoul is going to be the death of all of us, and not the vampire. It'll
Yeah.
just be this
Yeah,
ghoul
yeah.
coming in and being like, eh.
Well, the vampire was the death of one of you, so I'll take it.
Oh.
Yeah.
23. And
That's
then
a hit.
12 slashing damage. And I guess, do I take the falling damage?
You will. I will add the falling damage to the damage you deal, because you are bringing, the weapon has extra force, because you're landing with the weapon, right? So the falling damage you take, I will add as extra falling damage to him, because, you're a huge giant Dragonborn falling on top of him with another sword, so...
Unbelievable. 2-1. I mean,
You take
I only take 2 damage.
You take 2 you only take 2 damage.
It was both of them. It couldn't just be one.
It was.
Rhiannon is literally crying right now because of one.
Cursed. What a cursed game. What? Can we restart? Can we get a do-over?
No. Irina will basically. Irina looks at you, Shadow, and is just like, "You should go. I'll stay with her for the minute, but you should go and stop him." And then it's your turn, Shadow.
Oh yeah, watch out, mate. Though there's a freaking ghoul about.
Oh yeah, there is. There might be this turn.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
He comes down the corridor.
Fucking where is he? He's like over here.
If that fucking ghoul rolls a nat 20, I'm going to rage quit.
He will. It's the most powerful ghoul in the universe. He's coming.
I can't believe this.
I'm going to use feline agility. 5, 10, 15, 20,
so you sprint on all
25,
fours.
30. 5, 10. I'm guessing I can't see out this window, can I? Because I'm a bit
You can,
too
it's
far back
broken.
where
All the
I am.
boards have been ripped off of it. Or where you are, no, you can't see them on the ground.
I can't do it enough to do a little sacred flamey.
Not from here.
Okay, so I've done 30 movement. I've done 30 cat movement. I'm gonna dasharoo then. 5 and 15.
And now you can look out the window and you look down, but that is your full turn.
Yeah, I'll just wait until next turn,
Ismark,
and then I'm gonna do a dex saving throw. He's gonna pass it.
He's gonna fuck it. Ismark, following his heroic friend, will try and leap down and pin the vampire to the ground again. So I will roll Ismark's falling damage. And then he will make... I'll give him advantage on this for the strength check. So 13 is his highest versus vampires. Like Ismark lands on him and tries to grab him. The vampire just throws him over his shoulder. He's just like... Whoo, Ismark goes tumbling to the floor as Ismark's just trying to wrestle this guy. Zeros is behind him. He landed sort of on him and then attacked him, but he's not grappled by Zeros. Zeros attacked him. Ismark was trying to like grapple him and stop him running.
Pile. Like a big
it's basically what it's turning into. It's turning into
using
that.
him as a trampoline.
Ghoul!
Here he comes.
Here he comes.
15, 20, 25, 30. Here he comes.
Stairs.
Whoa, here he comes. Watch out, boys. He'll chew you up. Whoa, here he comes.
Fuck's sake.
He's coming for Shadow. This ghoul comes running up the stairs towards you, but that's his whole turn. Rose, it's your turn.
Oh my god.
This is so funny.
What are these bits on the wall? Is this a window here? Sorry.
Yes, this is.
You can't
here.
see it. No. Over, Jesper, can you move? Is that a window there? This.
No, it's like a little shelf.
Oh,
cool.
That's annoying.
This here is a little shelf. These are windows. You can't really see them, but that is a window.
Oh.
This is a shelf.
Wait, was I there?
You were
5, 10.
exactly here because you were
I?
by the window. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get next to the window. You can literally get here with 30 feet. And then you look down at this chaotic scene with your bow.
Don't worry, here comes the doom.
If you roll another 2, oh my god.
No, I hit 17 plus 8.
That's a hit. Let's see if you can do enough damage.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage with the bow and 6 damage from Slayer's Fray.
So what was that, 16 total? So, you pull the bowstring back and you see Ismark. He throws Ismark off his shoulder. Zeros and the Dragonborn vampire spawn are rising to their feet. Zeros is drawing the blade back, but you can see this creature is about to spring off into the night. And in a moment, you wait. There's a heartbeat, and you remember a few of your training, and you remember... And then the bowstring snaps. The snap seems to echo through the still night. The whistle of an arrow, Zeros, as you see him, this Vixorus, kind of shudder back as a long wooden shafted arrow emerges from the center of his chest. He kind of clutches at it for a moment.
My life, my honor, my oaths, all taken from me. And now you take this final curse.
Yeah? Do you just like...
Do it, Tom. Do it.
I wanted to just decapitate the dude before he even said anything.
Yeah, so as he just opens his mouth to speak, the momentary distraction, you just with a blade, and the head comes spinning off.
Yes!
And then it just
Nice.
begins to turn to dust. The whole body just turns to dust. And I believe that is an excellent point for us to leave it for this week. There is a
We got the ghoul!
Yes! Piss off!
Oh my god, we're still in this combat.
That's who Ree's re-rolling as the ghoul.
The ghoul.
Next week.
She kills all of us.
We'll see. Howdy. That was one of the most roller coaster sessions we have ever had, of just dice being bananas. Like, Ree almost dying, and then I read the rules, and I was like, oh, okay, no, she's not dead. Oh, thank God, phew. And then actually the same thing coming up again, and then those dice, man.
I can't believe it was, like, exactly what was needed
to
perfect. Take her down. It was exactly...
Yeah, it was 21, bang on. Yeah, it was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. Because it was a crit. The thing is, it wouldn't have killed her if it hadn't been a crit. If it hadn't been a crit, it only would have done 2d6. So it was only because it was a critical. It's nuts. Nuts.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, this entire
I took a risk and that's what happened.
The last episode, I need an account of all the 20s, all the 1s, and then just all the regular rolls, all the in-between rolls, and see how they actually stack up against each other. It must be like evens that we actually roll.
I started this fight, like the skeletons and him rolled like a bunch of 1s and like 5s and 4s, and you guys were rolling pretty well, and then it just flipped. Like it just completely flipped the other way, where I was just like 20, 20, 19, 20. It
was also Irina and so
it is Mark. I hate it. They were doing they have an absolute reason to be with you, but I hate NPCs stealing the limelight. But like, I just couldn't.
We needed it.
I know, but I don't like
it. But Ree, I'm so sorry, Ree.
Rhiannon, can we give a round of applause, because Rhiannon, your attitude towards things like character death and like luck, like that is what a D&D player should be to me. Like you're attached to the character, but you take it with you. Like you're like, hey, this is the story, this is the way it goes. And you're just going to run with it. And I love that. And it might not be the end of Ziki. There might be... This is a mysterious land. There are dark bargains that can be made. And perhaps this is what Madame Ava referred to so long ago.
Yeah. Asmodeus is in town, isn't he?
What will Ziki become? Well, there's a few...
Don't give me hopes and dreams. Don't give me hopes and dreams.
There's a few powers.
Asmodeus.
Didn't Madame Ava talk about the loss of a sibling?
Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. I believe that there were some very poignant messages about Xeros and Ziki, and what the lengths one would go to, and the loss of one, and the loss of... I think you had words of, I lost her once, I won't lose her again, I believe Xeros directly
now I've
said
got
to Madame Ava.
Belongs to Asmodeus.
Ooh, now that's interesting, isn't it? And there's a church in this town called the Church of the Ruby Rod. Oh,
yeah, well, I'm
that's
I'm just trying to desperately think. What would Xeros do in the next session? Because, with Ziki down, like, that's his goal, right?
Well, maybe perhaps Tom, Ree, and I should have a talk about that, ready for next week's episode of Curse of Strahd.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Dean, I'm going to get chopped by a ghoul, so...
yeah. We've got Ghoul B, Ghoul Boris. Boris the Ghoul, he's back.
Boris.
Right.
Oh, man.
Thank you, everybody who's watched. Tommy, do you want to read out some donos? If anybody needs to go, I know it's quite late, so if any of you guys want to go, feel free, but we should read out some messages.
Yeah, it went a little bit on longer, but it was necessary. We needed to kill that dude. But
you did.
Thank you to that Norwegian guy. It's finally Thursday again. I love all your rollers. I love all you rollers. And this campaign spooks my tits right off. Thank you. Yorkshire Dane. Very excited for this episode. Merch has been bought, Kim. That's aimed specifically at you, Kim. Drop, you are a fucking amaze at Rocket League. 7 goals from the goal line, you crazy cat. I don't believe that. Almost caught up on Aroas, so hopefully join you live for that too soon. Keep it rocking, you legends. Thank you very much, Yorkshire Dave. Goes to Sprinkles. It's your boy, the Schlorpinator. I'm V-shaken after my near death of my level 2 Fire Ganassi Bard today, but I'm quite ready for Spookums from Curse of Strahd. I don't think you are ready for this. Stay safe, stay sane, and wash your damn hands, you nasties. I drink Windex has donated, safe from coronavirus. Just wanted to say thanks for the ludicrous number of hours of fun I've had watching you guys, and I'm finally jumping into my first campaign in a week or so. Well, good luck. Best of luck indeed. Uh-oh! Hello! Ding dong! Wowee! KB Man DS with a 3 hundo.
Whoa! Holy Jesus!
Holy shit.
Thank you very much. Hi, rollers.
Thank you.
Guess who got a massive bonus today? Well, our app is pretty sweet, and we've had a metric fuck ton of customers since the outbreak. Check out CrowdPur. We do live trivia games and polls through the internet. Love you all, and stay safe from WYDHYN.
You know what? For a 3 hundo, you can put an ad in there. That's fine. Yeah, sure. For 3 hundo.
CrowdPur. Nightjar. On second thought, let's not go to Barovia. 'Tis a silly place. Dark Day 41. A cleric that heals? This is strange. I don't like it. Me neither. Varys with a donation.
While he was still alive as well.
Still alive, yeah. Thank you, Varys, for the donation as well. Ravager 4. Mark, why you gotta play us like that? Ziki was fine, but then she was dead, and then she was fine. My heart, my God.
Yeah, the initial mistake has caused like it was a level of. Oh wait, is she okay?
We got cocky though. Okay? We got cocky though, because we were like, oh, it's fine.
I don't think we did. I think it was just one of those things. It was a risk for her to come back into combat, and it was just so damn lucky that Mark rolled in that 20.
Also just triggering like 10 provoke attack things a million times. I'll skip right ahead to Ravager's second donation, and then she was actually dead. Chromium.
Soz.
Hello from California. So excited to be watching live. I've been trying to catch up on the Aroas campaign, but I had to stop in order to binge watch Curse of Strahd. This campaign is so creepy, but I love it. Thank you very much. Nightjar again. Ziki, she was too pure for this world. She really was.
Literally.
Barovia.
Yeah.
Goes to Sprinkles again. I hope you're okay, Ree. Sweet motherfucking Jesus. Ziki will live on in our hearts. Much love, my dude. Marty Mart 95. Hey guys, how are you all? Scared and terrified. I don't like Mark. Watching your games always full of emotions. Love everything you do and always look forward to Sundays and now Thursdays to watch you guys break up my week till I get to play D&D again. Anyway, much love and roll high. Thank you very much. Metamanu with a quarter hundo. Ziki, no! I knew there would be a death at some point during that campaign, but still. And fuck me. Roll 20 is cursed. Alpha 901. What an episode. So sad that Ziki is dead. And what was with those rolls? Hopefully, next week's session will have some better rolls. It won't. Keep safe, all. Criminal Sapling. Glad to see another Chaos Twin stream again this week with all the random nonsense going on with the rolls and killing another friend. Rest in peace, Ziki. That was an actual tragedy. Love you all. Yeah, that was some Chaos Twins energy this stream. Goes to Sprinkles wasn't it? Again. What the fuck are these fucking rolls? New drinking game. Every time there's a nat 1 or nat 20, take a shot. Wash your hands and all that shit. I can't be asked to recite it. Goes to
last
Sprinkles.
Half an hour.
It was too bad for Goes to Sprinkles. They've given up. And finally, unless I refresh, Ravager 4. Oh no, there's one more after this. Ravager 4, what the fuck is even in this? What the fuck even is this game? Thank you, Ravager. And finally, but definitely finally this time, the person I don't know, I'll have to watch the VOD to double check these numbers, but the ratio of nat 20s to nat 1s is 5 to 7. and 5 of those 20s were rolled by Mark. I didn't count the ones on damage dice, but I should have. That was crazy. And Zeki's end absolutely had me in shock. Well, that's everyone. Thank you very much, everybody.
F's in the chat.
Oh, that's
F's in
right.
chat for Zeki.
Zeki cast Bless. It should have faded once she died. Ah, never mind.
Well, I saw. Yeah, that was in the chat. But they were saying that it faded just as I had my final hits.
That's her final gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gift.
So we'll call it that.
Right,
Yeah,
well,
it's kind of been. It's one of those things where we knew people would die in this campaign, and it was like, who's gonna go first? When's it gonna happen? What's it gonna be?
This campaign is
at the end of the death. Yeah,
it's a bit brutal.
It's the player killer. Like episode 8 player killer.
And let me tell you,
damn.
So there's the thing. I can talk about this because I've changed it. But when Trot ran this for us, that vampire spawn, that one vampire spawn you guys just fought, there is a room in the original Vallaki where there are, 4 or 5 of them, Trot? If you go into the wrong place, which for a level 4 party is basically like, you'll die. And we managed to survive.
You were going searching! You were like through the rooms like,
it's in a different place. It's in a different place. But I remember the only way that we survived in Trot's game is my character at the time was an Eldritch Knight, and I used a shield spell that got my AC to they had disadvantage to attack me, and I had an AC of 23, and I had all 5 vampires spawn trying to hit me, and I was just like, can't touch me, can't touch me, can't touch me, while everybody else escaped, and we just ran away. But yeah, those vampire spawn are horrible. The regeneration is really bad. Yeah. They hit really hard. They're meant to be scary. They're meant to
also
be.
They
are Strahd's underlings. Dragonborn one as well. Yeah,
I'll be super scary.
Gave them slightly extra strength and stuff. Yeah. Well, me and you should have a chat. Well, me, you, and Tom should have a chat. In fact, about any potential plans, because obviously, if that might take some time, maybe we have maybe you will play Boris the Ghoul, or you can take over Irina or Ismark or something like that. But if Zeros beelines for bringing his sister back, maybe you can come back in next week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll find out next week. We'll find out next week.
Mark.
Right, take care, everybody. We love you. Take care. Look after yourselves. Salute. See you next time. Bye bye.
Wash your damn hands,
Bye, everybody.
Wash your damn hands.